Ojan Industries has been around since 1905. That is 104 years. Currently, it's the largest privately owned independent soft drink and confectionery manufacturer, marketer and distributor in the Middle East, with over 2,200 employees and a turnover of around $500 million US. Rani soft drink is the most famous brand, but it has not always been an easy road for the soft drink. It was only when it was rebranded that its fortunes literally turned around. With us today on the programme is Kamel Abdallah, who is Executive Vice Chairman of Ojan Industries. Thanks for coming in today and joining us.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
104 years is a long time for a company to have been around in this region. Are the values still the same today, do you think?
Our board, we are a family-owned business, and our board is still represented by the family. And we've kept our traditions and our values, but at the same time we've been forward-looking. So even our products are regional and local products. So yes, we have kept them. We'd like to think so.
Tell us about the history of one of your most famous soft drinks, which is Rani. It went through a rebranding process, but tell us about its history in brief.
It's about a 30-year-old brand, early 1980s. That's when we started the brand. The focus of the board at the time was they wanted a regional, local brand. And since then, it's been going through a succession of improvements, innovations, to match the changes in taste and what people want. 4 years ago, we had a very successful rebranding, and today we doubled our sales from that time. We've exceeded $500 million in total of beverage sales for the company, which is quite an accomplishment.
What do you think were the key points of the success of the rebranding?
Several. First, the strategy was right. The execution was excellent. The rebranding from a marketing perspective was well studied, well researched. And then on top of that, we put the complementary things needed, the complementary skills, in terms of a good product, manufacturing capacity, and what have you.
There is sometimes a danger in rebranding, isn't there? Because it doesn't always go right in the way the companies would like it to go.
Indeed, we all remember the new Coke a couple decades back where it flopped. When you rebrand, you risk losing your loyal customers while trying to get new ones. So you have to be very careful about doing it. But if done right, it's generally a success. Overall, we encourage it when you execute it correctly. But there's no point in doing it just for the fun of doing it.
Do you think that customers these days are loyal and they remain loyal to certain brands?
In economic downturns, we believe customers are loyal, especially in the food and beverage and pharmaceutical industries. They want to use products they trust, products they associate with, and products they've been used to.
Now, you mentioned the economic downturn. Obviously, it's affecting all business and globally. How has it had a direct effect on your company, your business?
Well, we are part of this environment, and the economies do shrink when there's a downturn. Fortunately, the food business, the beverage business is relatively recession-proof. Still, we've tried to reposition ourselves to be proactive and at least protect ourselves from this downturn.
Kamel, tell us about the issue with people copying logos, images, particularly with drinks companies, whereas it's a copyright infringement, basically.
This is an important area, and we spend a lot of resources to fight it and to educate our customers. Fortunately, the laws have been changing in the region to allow us to give us enough tools to protect our brand. Because if we cannot protect our brand, really, we cannot do much legally here. But it's a concern, and people have been creative in this copycatting. The other problem is nowadays a copycat does not need a lot of money to do so. They can contract pack a beverage and put a private label on it. So in the old days, they would need to really do a massive amount of quantities. Now they do not. So it's a constant challenge. We monitor it daily. We try to fight it for the benefit of the customer at the end of the day. And we're working with governments and the industry to ensure that we can all address it collectively.
What is the current market share of Rani?
I would say around, we are a market leader depending on the market you are talking about. Within our segment, in each of the GCC countries, we are the market leader there.
How many cans would you actually be producing, do you think, in any one year?
1.5 billion cans would be our production, for example, last year. That's a lot of cans. But then again, people consume beverage daily. People are moving away from the carbonated colas and to the healthier choice. And juice is the one, and Rani is considered among the most trusted brands in the juice category.
Are you finding that technology has helped you produce these cans in a more economical way?
Yes, it did, but with technology is expensive, it requires investment in it, and it requires keeping up with it. Fortunately, the board and the company has always reinvested its profits into the company, in expanding and in buying the latest technology.
What is the company's profile regarding sort of recycling and making customers more aware of where they're throwing their cans at the end of having used them?
We'd like recycling because at the end of the day, not only it's good for the environment, it also allows us to lower our cost by getting that aluminium recycled. However, you need an infrastructure. It's not, one company by itself cannot do much. We're hoping that the government as well as the industry will develop the infrastructure needed so that people will start recycling. I would say we still have a very long way to go.
Kamel Abdallah, thank you very much for coming in today.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there we are. That's it for this edition of Inside Business. You can contact the programme by writing to us directly. The address is ib@city7tv.com. But for now, from all of us on this edition of the programme, goodbye and thanks for watching.